Have you ever felt a connection so profound it transcended species, proving that love knows no bounds? In a world often filled with chaos and sorrow, sometimes the most profound healing comes from the most unexpected places and from the most unexpected hearts. This is the story of Lena, a woman who found solace, purpose, and an unbreakable family in the heart of the African wilderness. Lena arrived at the sprawling African wildlife sanctuary with a quiet sorrow clinging to her like dust from a long journey. The recent loss of a beloved family member had left a void, a silence that echoed in her soul. She sought not to escape her grief, but to channel it, to find meaning in a world that suddenly felt adrift. The sanctuary, with its raw beauty and vulnerable inhabitants, offered a glimmer of hope, a chance to pour her love and dedication into something larger than herself. She spent her days working tirelessly, mending fences, assisting with animal care, and patrolling the vast, untamed lands. One torrential afternoon, as thunder rumbled like distant drums and lightning cleaved the bruised sky, Lena was out on patrol. The rain lashed down, turning familiar paths into muddy rivers. Through the blurring downpour, she spotted him, a tiny, drenched bundle of fur, barely visible against the dark earth. It was a lion cub, no older than a few weeks, whimpering utterly alone, its small body shivering uncontrollably. He was clearly lost, separated from his pride by the storm's fury, or worse. With a pang of maternal instinct, Lena gently scooped him up, shielding him from the elements with her own body. She named him Leo, a testament to the strength and resilience she hoped he would one day embody. But fate, it seemed, had more miracles in store. Just days later, as the land slowly dried, Lena stumbled upon another orphan soul. Hidden beneath a thorny bush, eyes wide with fear and grief, was a leopard cub, no bigger than her hand. Its mother was nowhere to be found, a tragic victim of the harsh wild. This little one, so fragile yet radiating an undeniable spark, tugged at Lena's heartstrings just as Leo had. She named her Dream, for the hope and wonder she brought into Lena's life. Witnessing the immediate, almost mystical bond that formed between the unlikely pair, a lion and a leopard, natural rivals, now finding comfort in each other's presence, Lena knew what she had to do. The sanctuary, despite its resources, couldn't provide the intimate, constant care these two traumatized cubs needed. Driven by an overwhelming surge of love and purpose, she made a heartfelt decision. She would adopt them both. Leo and Dream became her shadow, her purpose, and her family. Their story, born from compassion, was just beginning to unfold its true depth. Imagine a lion and a leopard, not as rivals, but as brothers, bound by a love stronger than instinct. This was the extraordinary reality that blossomed within Lena's small, rustic cabin at the heart of the African sanctuary. Leo, with his burgeoning mane of golden fur, and Dream, sleek and spotted, grew not just in size, but in their boundless affection for each other and for their human mother. Their days were a symphony of playful chaos and tender moments. Mornings often began with Leo's rumbling purr, a surprisingly gentle sound for a creature destined for power, as he nudged Lena awake. Dream, ever the stealthy one, would often be found perched on a high shelf or peeking from behind curtains, ready to pounce on Leo in a mock ambush. They wrestled on the worn rug, tangled in a joyous heap of paws and tails. Leo, despite his greater size, was surprisingly patient with Dream's nimble pounces and playful nips. Dream, in turn, often acted as the clever instigator, leading Leo into harmless mischief, like trying to catch the reflections of sunlight dancing on the walls. Lena spent countless hours teaching them, not just about safety and boundaries, but about the unique language of affection. She'd read to them in a soft voice, her hands stroking their fur, their heavy heads resting on her lap. They understood her tone, her gestures, the depth of her love. It was a family unit that defied all natural laws, forged by compassion and sustained by an unbreakable bond. The other rangers, initially skeptical, soon became accustomed to the sight of Lena walking through the reserve, two magnificent felines trotting faithfully beside her, their tails wagging like loyal dogs. Their bond was a living testament to the fact that love creates its own rules, transcending species and instinct. Life in the sanctuary, while generally peaceful, was not without its subtle undercurrents of danger. The wild, as always, held its own unpredictable trials. Little did they know, their greatest test lay just around the corner. See how this extraordinary trio navigated the challenges of their wild home. Their idyllic existence, however, was about to face a challenge that would push their bonds to the absolute limit. What happens when the one you protect becomes the one who needs saving? That question hung heavy in the air, unspoken, as a beautiful, ordinary morning in the sanctuary morphed into a terrifying nightmare. Lena, Leo, and Dream were on a routine patrol, enjoying the warmth of the sun filtering through the acacia trees. Leo, now a magnificent young lion, walked with a regal stride, his powerful frame exuding a calm confidence. Dream, lean and agile, moved with a silent grace, his spotted coat blending seamlessly with the dappled light. Suddenly, without warning, a sharp, searing pain tore through Lena's chest. Her vision blurred, the vibrant greens and golds of the bush swirling into an indistinguishable haze. She gasped, clutching her chest, and stumbled. The ground rushed up to meet her as she collapsed, lying motionless amidst the tall grasses. Leo and Dream, attuned to her every movement, instantly sensed something was terribly wrong. Their playful energy vanished, replaced by an urgent, primal fear. They nudged her, whimpering, trying to elicit a response. Her stillness, her silence, was an alien, terrifying thing. Their instincts, sharpened by their unique bond with Lena, took over. They didn't flee. They didn't succumb to panic. Instead, their intelligent eyes scanned their surroundings, searching for a solution. With a determination that defied their wild nature, Leo let out a series of distressed roars, guttural and urgent, sounds that carried across the plains. Dream, faster and more nimble, darted off, a blur of spots against the savanna, heading directly towards the nearest ranger outpost, a place Lena had often taken them. He knew the way, drawn by an innate understanding that help was there. He barked and chirped frantically, circling the ranger's jeep until they, alerted by Leo's cries and Dream's frantic behavior, understood the urgency. The rangers, knowing Lena's extraordinary bond with her animals, immediately followed Dream. He led them unerringly back to Lena, still unconscious. The scene was heart-wrenching. The mighty lion, Leo, standing guard over his fallen human, his massive head resting gently on her chest, a low, mournful rumble vibrating from his throat. The medical team quickly assessed Lena's condition, a severe heart attack. They stabilized her and swiftly loaded her into an emergency vehicle, racing towards the nearest medical center. Lena was in expert hands, but as the ambulance pulled away, a new danger, lurking just beyond the sanctuary's borders, began to close in on Leo. Discover the shocking turn of events that threatened to tear their family apart. But as Lena fought for her life, a darkness descended upon their world, threatening to steal one of her beloved companions forever. A daring escape, a perilous journey, and a friendship that defies all odds. Just as Lena's condition began to stabilize at the medical center, a new, chilling crisis unfolded back at the sanctuary. The very night Lena was hospitalized, a notorious poaching ring, known for trafficking exotic animals, infiltrated the reserve. They had heard whispers of a hand-raised lion, fearless of humans, and saw an opportunity for immense profit. Under the cover of darkness, they targeted Leo. Despite his size, they managed to sedate and capture him, planning to sell him to a black market circus. Dream, however, had evaded their snares. He had been lurking in the shadows, his keen senses alerting him to the intruders. He witnessed Leo's capture, the horror of it etching itself into his very being. His brother, his family, was being taken. While the poachers loaded the unconscious Leo into their modified truck, Dream, swift as a phantom, slipped away from the sanctuary. He wasn't running in fear, he was running to fight. He knew, with an uncanny certainty, where help lay. The Rangers, still reeling from Lena's medical emergency, were on high alert. Dream, driven by an almost human desperation, appeared at their outpost once more, not with frantic barks this time, but with a series of urgent, insistent growls and leading gestures, pulling at their uniforms, nudging them towards the main road. His behavior was undeniable. He wasn't just agitated, he was communicating. The Rangers, understanding that something dire had happened, quickly mobilized. They knew Dream's intelligence, knew his bond with Leo. Following his lead, they sped down the main supply road, a seldom used route the poachers might take to avoid checkpoints. Dream, running alongside their vehicle at an astonishing pace, led them unerringly. He didn't just escape. He led the Rangers directly to the poachers' hidden route, a path only a creature of the wild would know. Suddenly, ahead in the pre-dawn light, they saw it, a nondescript truck moving fast. Dream let out a triumphant roar, surging forward. The Rangers, lights flashing, sirens wailing, moved in. A tense standoff ensued, but the poachers, caught off guard and facing armed Rangers, quickly surrendered. Inside the back of the truck, still sedated but breathing, was Leo. The relief that washed over the Rangers, and the palpable joy radiating from Dream as he nudged his brother, was overwhelming. The bond between them had not only survived, it had orchestrated a miraculous rescue. Witness the incredible plan that brought one brother back from the brink. With Leo finally safe, the stage was set for a reunion that would forever redefine what it means to be family. After every storm, a rainbow, and after every challenge, a love that shines brighter than ever. Weeks later, Lena, frail but recovering, sat in her hospital bed, staring out at the unfamiliar city skyline. Her heart ached for her boys, for the wild. Then, the door creaked open, and two familiar, magnificent forms padded silently into the room, their eyes wide with relief and love. The reunion was a deluge of emotion. Tears streamed down Lena's face as Leo, surprisingly gentle, nudged his massive head into her hand, purring like a giant cat. Dream, ever the watchful one, licked her cheek, his tail thumping a joyous rhythm against the floor. It was a moment of profound, soul-deep connection, a silent promise exchanged that they would never be separated again. The Rangers, witnessing this powerful display of love, stood in awe. Lena's near-death experience and the incredible, selfless actions of Leo and Dream cemented her life's true purpose. The existing sanctuary, while wonderful, wasn't enough for the unique family she had created. She envisioned something more personal, a place dedicated solely to rescued, unreleasable animals like her boys, where they could live in complete safety and freedom, their bond celebrated rather than merely tolerated. With the support of the Rangers, who were deeply moved by the story and the generous donations that poured in once word of the miraculous rescue spread, Lena set out to build her own sanctuary. It was a labor of love, a testament to her unwavering commitment. She designed it with vast, open spaces, natural habitats, and secure enclosures, a true haven where Leo and Dream, along with other animals in need, could thrive. Today, Lena's sanctuary stands as a beacon of hope, a living monument to the extraordinary power of love. Leo and Dream roam freely, inseparable, their bond a constant source of wonder to visitors. Lena, fully recovered, watches over them, her heart full, knowing she has not only found her family, but has also created a legacy. Their story is a powerful reminder that the connection between humans and animals is profound, a language of the heart that transcends all barriers. It's a message that compassion and bravery can truly move mountains, and that sometimes the greatest miracles are found in the most unexpected friendships. If Lena's incredible story touched your heart, hit that like button, Subscribe for more inspiring tales of human-animal connection, and share this video with someone who needs a reminder of love's extraordinary power. Tell us in the comments below, what's the most profound connection you've ever witnessed between a human and an animal?